guys. Welcome to the show. I'm your host with the most, Ash Info. We got batteries charging, things are happening, okay? Just want to have a peek in here. Oh. Okay, so bada bing, bada boom. kitchen all did. Maybe only like half hour till the rest of these batteries are charged, but wow, we did a lot already this morning. Charged all our batteries, wiped the kitchen down, vacuumed, swept, mopped, and it is 10. It's almost 11. I have to eat something. What are we gonna eat? What should we have for dinner today, guys? Some lentil soup sounds really good right about now. The thing I love most about doing the dishes in the morning is I wash my hands. Like I have a bath, I wash my hands at like 6 in the morning, right? And then I come out here and I start scrubbing the counters and cleaning the stove top and make a nice cup of tea. It's like 6:30, 7 in the morning, sometimes 5 at 4 a.m. But I get all this stuff done really early, right? But my hands, now that I have to make bubble, my hands have been clean all week, you know what I mean? Because in the morning, every morning, no matter what, I have a bath and I come out here, I do the dishes, scrub the pots and pans, and it just makes everything so much cleaner and healthier when you do stuff like this every single day. You're not sitting there festering, right? When you're festering, you're getting sick. You're getting less healthy. So I highly recommend everybody watching and listening who values their bodies, go hop in the bath, have a nice hot shower if you don't have a bathtub, a nice warm hot bath, and scrub your body, clean yourself, really good. You deserve it. Your friends and family deserve to be around somebody who is clean, right? Nobody wants to hang around with somebody who stinks and is dirty and has bad breath all the time. So once in a while I'll freshen up. Use some mouthwash, get rid of the gingivitis and the bacteria in your mouth, brush your tongue, brush your gums, and you won't stink so bad. You won't have yellow teeth, you know what I mean? Scrub the granite, scrub the sinks, hot soapy water. I got some in a bowl, I dip it in, I scrub the counters, I rinse it all out, hot water rinse, wipe it down, she's as good as new. Now you gotta take your time with things, you gotta really scrub stuff. I scrub my sink basin every single day. I scrub my countertops, my oven. Inside my oven, I'll give that a scrub now too. It's clean. I washed it. I clean my oven every single month. But it's important. It's important to give her a good scrubbing, right? Oven door. You don't have to use a bunch of harsh chemicals. You have to put a little elbow grease into it. It doesn't take that long, I'll tell you. And it looks so much better. Okay. Now, what I'll end up doing is scrubbing the scrubber. And just rinse it off, and then I'll press it down, and then I'll blast scalding hot water down onto the bristles that are pushed into the sink. Scrub in a circle with the clean sink basin, and you can see that stuff just melts off and floats right in the sink drain. Now that we've done that, washed our teapot out, washed our dishes, took this cutlery downstairs we don't need. We're going to soak that in the sink in hot soapy water down there after. After dinner, I'll soak the sink down there. Saturday morning, I'll go down there, drain it, empty it, rinse them off, put them away, put them in the dish rack, and then I'll put them away. Doesn't take long. My wife doesn't do that much anymore. Like, she does a lot, but she doesn't have to do half as much as she used to. And I do a lot of extras, plus I'm doing most of everything else. She helps out where she can, and that's where she does. She does a lot, so. She just, in her own ways, right? Like, we all, takes a village, but if there's only two of us, then two people got to step up big time, right? So that's what's been happening. Me and her have been doing tons and tons of stuff. And I'm sure there's other couples out there that are busy doing stuff too. Every day we do another renovation, another tidying, another cleaning. We're just decluttering is the word I was looking for before after cleaning. Lots of decluttering. We're doing giveaways. I'm not selling anything, I'm just giving it away. The stuff I am selling is very expensive, and I refuse to lose that much money, you know what I mean? Like, it's worth money. But I don't like when people ask me for stuff at all. I'm not rich. I mean, I know I say I'm going to be rich, but I am not rich. I'm very poor. Very, very poor. Someone who's rich has a lot of fresh fruit and vegetables, you know, on their counter. You know what I mean? I don't have a thing. So this week we really poor. We're also tired too. We're run down from doing all these extra things. So it's like we're building up this fortune for what and for who. It's like, oh my God. You know what I mean? We're gonna have all this and then barely have any time to enjoy it, you know? With the way the world's going, and I don't know, it just looks like everybody's dying younger and younger now, so this is not the way it's supposed to be. So that's sad. My wife's healthy. I got a very strong wife. I'm a healthy guy. I'm not the healthiest in the world, but I'm pretty healthy. So fingers crossed we can live to enjoy our little bit of stuff that we gathered over the years and we didn't give away for free. You know what I mean? Like, we owe so much money because of credit card debt and stuff like that. It's like, so does a lot of other people, but it's like, it's so hard to manage things anymore. I know my wife is probably probably just sick and tired of not having nothing, you know. Like, we have stuff, but we owe money. You know what I mean? Like, we don't own it. They own us. You know what I mean? They have a death grip on us, something fierce. So I got this Passion Berry Jolt. We'll probably have that after. Let's put that in there right now. Cat's got fresh food and water. Yes, you do. I'm looking everywhere for the lentils. They must be in the basement. So, what am I looking for? Oh, some seasonings. So I'm gonna need these two, and a little drop of that, and this. Okay, I got the water. Turn the oven on. No, I'm gonna rinse the lentils first. Give me a second here. So, I do want to make these potatoes as well. And what does this say? Dinner never tasted so good. So, cut up these potatoes here. Hi, Dig. Mm-hmm. It smells so good in here. Now I want to get some carrots, some potatoes, some garlic, some onion. Make a really, really, really nice soup. Garlic. Can add a couple jalapenos. I do have to have my vitamins. Looks good. And I'll make a really nice potato dish as well. Garlic right here. Jalapenos. We'll chop up these Yukon Gold potatoes in a second. Yeah, you're a good boy. Here, takes. Eat him up. Good boy. Get that minced garlic in there. Make a really nice pasta dish. Couple of slices of jalapeno and a little bit of the juice, just a little bit. Stir that up. The flavors on this. I'm going to wash the smaller frying pan. I washed the bigger one. I just need to rinse it off. This was in the oven, so just give it a cleaning. And we'll throw this in the frying pan. And we'll boil the potatoes. And then we'll take this out of the frying pan. And we'll fry up some slivers of potato. And then we'll stick this in the oven with the potatoes. And we'll do a sexy scallop potato, okay? Now we'll add some herbs and some spice to that, and some salt. First we'll add some of this, and we'll add a bit of this. Now you have this wonderful lentil soup you're preparing. Seasonings, some garlic and onion in there, herbs, some sea salt, pepper, red pepper, black pepper. Good boy, Tiggs. Good boy. Yes, sir. Another cup of tea. I have to put touch-ups on the basement bathroom there for the wife, she asked me. So I have to go do that. We'll make some rice tonight too, so we'll have rice and potatoes with lentil soup, and then this dish here that I'm preparing. It's gonna be delicious, mes amis. You do wanna Now you want to let this sit here, kind of almost dry out now a little bit. Now that you've rehydrated it, now you kind of want to let it just sit there and dry out just a little bit. You can see in the bottom of the bowl there is zero liquid back here. You can see that. There's no liquid on the bottom. You can see over here. You can see here right away there's no liquid on the bottom. None. Okay? So going to put the sides into the middle and the middle into the sides. And what this does is it mélange. You're mixing up, making a mixture that has the same consistency of flavor, of seasoning throughout. Okay? You're grabbing those peppers and you're banging them against the sides. The terps are wearing off on all pieces of the pie. Okay? Now, you got your paper towel, or no, you have your dishcloth here. Put your dishcloth there. Your right foot out. Turn it all about. Okay, put all these things away. Put your tea away.
wash your frying pan.
Nice cup of tea there. 11:11, everybody. Make a wish. Actually, I gotta wash both frying pans. I gotta fry the potatoes and the smoked bacon, plant-based bacon, onion, garlic bites I made there. Wait till you try my garlic smoked bacon onion bites. I'm telling you. Wait till you try them. Scrub that sucker really good. Doing circles on this big pan. Man, this thing comes clean. She come real clean when she come clean, you know what I mean? Everything looks so nice in here. I'm glad I was able to get in here today, this early today, and get everything did. So now I can go concentrate on painting in the basement, and I put that damn TV stand together tonight at 6:30, 7:30 after we got stuff to do today. And after I do all those things, TV stand, and then we're gonna do some shows with the wife. The wife and I are gonna play some Mario Kart. We're gonna play some Call of Duty Zombies, me and the wife. So we're gonna have fun tonight. It's gonna be a good night. It's gonna be a nice evening. Just the wife and I. We don't have a lot going on anymore. I was thinking about that the other day. We used to party all the time. Every single day was a party. And we did it up right too. Like, we'd have our neighbors over so they couldn't yell at us or anything. They couldn't call the cops on us. We'd invite all the neighbors over. And they were cops, actually. My neighbors were cops back, like, before I moved. All my neighbors used to be cops. And, or retired cops. But they were literally detectives and stuff like that. And, I mean, they're my neighbors. What am I supposed to do? Hate them, right? So they come over and we don't talk about anything besides, you know, what type of beer do you like? You know, detectives drink beer too, right? Like, these are homicide detectives and things like that. No. So they're cool. There's like, you got to hear some different things. They didn't ask me anything, and they weren't going through my drawers or nothing, so I didn't care if someone's a cop or not. Like, probably have family members that were cops or RCMP, like 100 years ago. You know what I mean? You all have police in your. If you don't, that's fine. But I don't have like I don't know a cop personally. I don't know a cop right now anywhere in the world. Most people probably do. I know my friends are cops, but I don't hang out with them. I just know they're cops. That's all. They were not cops when I was in high school. They just happened to be cops, 10 years after high school. I haven't seen them in 25 years or something, whatever. Some of them maybe I've seen, but I don't like hang out with any of them. Nothing wrong with them, but I do not hang out with cops, and I'm not against hanging out with cops. I'm just pretty much against hanging out with cops. You know what I mean? But yeah, I when I was younger, I guess I hung out with retired detectives. You know what I mean? He was an old dude too, nice guy and everything, really nice guy, my friend. But he was a cop. And he says stuff about it, like he's like, right now, like this is just insane. You know what I mean? I don't talk to him now, but like this was whatever, 50, 10, 12, 14, 10 years ago I lived there. I moved 10 years ago, so 10 years ago to the day. You know that? I moved 10 years ago. No, maybe in like 3 months it'll be 10 and a half years or something. I've been here. I don't really know. I've been here over 10 years though. I know that. Okay, we're cooking dinner. Now, I'm gonna grab some stuff from here. That. And we'll cut these potatoes. I'm gonna wash these potatoes. Let's talk about these potatoes, shall we? That is a bowl, and this is a single potato. That is a good Canadian farmer right there, bud. These are Canadian. These are Manitoba grown potatoes. They're grown a block from my house. You know what I mean? So we're gonna wash these potatoes. This is the last of them. I've been saving these for a nice meal. So I thought, what the hell? Today's the day. We're gonna nice meal up. I'm gonna put the water on, wash these off, scrub them, and then I'm gonna peel the potatoes with a sharp knife and start the boil. We're gonna boil these potatoes, or am I gonna bake them? I'd like to bake them in the oven. Actually, I think these potatoes in the oven would be superb. And then I'll get my wife to pick up some mushrooms in a couple hours. In the grocery store, we'll get her to go pick up a couple packs of cremini mushroom. And then we'll get her to pick up a couple packs of oyster mushrooms as well. And maybe I'll get a pack of chanterelle mushrooms as well. See, the thing is I'd really like to go. I guess she could show me on a video. She could take a picture of them or something. I guess she can do that. Wash my face. Wash my hands. Wash my wound. It's healing pretty nicely. This happened 3 days ago, 4 days ago. Happened last night at midnight. No, I don't know. Happened like 3-4 days ago. Just coming along. It hurts, but it doesn't hurt it hurts when I bang it, that's all. It doesn't hurt any other. I could just be walking around and I walk into the, slam it into the mailbox or something, or hit it onto the edge of the counter, and it just is excruciating. Once you got your oil to temp, slide over to your pan, man. Definitely want it hotter than that. You don't want to overcrowd the pan right away, or at all. You want to put it on slowly so you don't reduce the heat of the pan too much. And this is going to give you a nice, you don't want it to come on too strong. This is plants, right? You're not trying to cook off any disease or any salmonella or nothing. This is plants, plant-based smoked bacon, garlic, onion. I think I'm gonna bake them potatoes, and then I'm gonna come in hot with a nice plant-based butter on the potato when it comes out of the oven. Crack a little black pepper and some sea salt, some pink sea salt, and then we'll put this inside of there, and we'll put some other ingredients over the top of it. You can choose what you like. We do what we like. And then I'll fry up the mushrooms, and we'll have rice and a bed of mushrooms. We'll have a bed of jasmine rice or basmati. Probably jasmine rice. I love jasmine. And then we'll do up the. I'll fry up 2 packs of cremini mushrooms in this pan. You don't have to even change out that bowl. That bowl can be used for the. I put it in for the mixture. You can use it for the mixture. It's the same. Okay. So we'll get that going. Just wipe the tiny spot you have there. The whole kitchen is clean. I scrubbed the microwave, the stove, the dishwasher. I washed inside the stove with a hot, wet cloth, and then I scrubbed the door inside and out, all around the frame. I did the fridge. I mopped and swept and vacuumed the floors. I got one spot to vacuum right there. I'm going to do it right now. It's over in the corner there. Nice. Turn the heat down. Yes, buddy. Okay, let's have a look at what we got here. Might have to check out a little bit of the center, but this stuff looks amazing. I have actually never made this before, so I made it one time, but I think I'm gonna put all this around the edges in the oven, and there's a couple pieces there going in the garbage. I'll show you how to do that right now. Just like this. Wash this off. So, your soup is almost done as well, so now you're looking at dinner. I don't know if I'm throwing that out yet. I'm going to taste it in a minute, but what I'm going to do is just take this little bit here, and we're just going to pick that right up. We'll put it in a bowl first. We'll let it cool off, and we'll find out what kind of flavor that has. A little bit charred, but doesn't mean it's done. It just means it's you know, we might have a bit of an issue. So we'll get this charred stuff out of it. It's not, and it looks way worse on camera than it is. I don't know why. But if you look at it, like, most 99% of this is good to go. It doesn't smell bad either, which is, I tasted a piece. It doesn't have that much flavor yet, but it has flavor, but it's not where I had this. I've cooked it before, but I don't remember how I cooked it. I cooked this twice, I think. But I've had this stuff for a couple months now, so I don't remember exactly how I cooked it. This looks way better than anything I've cooked before. So I've got plant-based bacon bits for Caesar salad, on my rice, in my potatoes. I'm telling you, this is going to be epic. This is my first bite of it, and it's some of them charred pieces I was telling you about. Oh my god. It is so good. It's crispy. Oh my god. Oh, this is my favorite. Oh, this is my favorite. So you can just take this. You can just take all this right here. And just get it right in you. Oh my god. Oh my god, tastes like bacon. Oh my god. That is so good. It tastes like a barbecue gristle. Oh my god. They call them burnt ends. Oh my god. Identical. Okay. I wish I had rice right now, but I don't. I got them damn potatoes in the sink here. Yeah. Yeah, you're a good boy. Mm-hmm. I would say the soup is 90% done. Probably needs about 45 minutes just to simmer on low. I mean, like with the, I'll leave it on a simmer for 5 or 10 minutes. Then I'll turn her down to the second lowest setting for 5 or 10. And then I'll turn it down to the lowest setting for 15, 25 minutes. And that'll be her. And then I'll shut it off. And it can stay on the element all day, all night. You know what I mean? But this will be eaten by the end of the day today. I'll put a lid on this after. But you want it to breathe. You want it to steam off and evaporate slowly. And that's going to increase the flavor tenfold by the end of the day. And the flavors will marry and everything will be so perfect in this soup. Or do I chop up the potatoes and fry them? I have to vacuum the stairs actually. And like so. Like so. So for potato chopping, we're gonna go with this one. We're actually gonna put you guys here. We're gonna fill this with water, which we're going to get from this Brita filter. Alright, next thing you want to do is chop your potatoes. We got some potatoes here. We're going to get rid of these little spots like this. Chuck that in the garden. Way she goes, you got a spot to go on, hang off of there. Just work your way around the potato. It doesn't take more than a second. Just keep turning. Before you know it, you've done the whole potato. Just grab it by the end there, like this. If you're really fussy, you want to get the roots off. It'll make your tummy sick. You want to eat the roots. Nitrogen and stuff in there. Hurts your stomach. Okay, once you get the potato like that, we'll just do this quick for you so you can see what's really going on here. Compost. Get your potato like this, in half, quarters, into eighths. Now watch closely, pay attention. 16ths, okay? Eighths, 16ths. I'll do it again for you. 1 into a half, quarter, eighths. We had 16ths because we did half there over there, but there's an actual 16ths right there. Okay, once you get your potato into the 16ths, we're going to put that straight into here. We're waiting for water to drop off there, so let's wait a little longer. We can turn this pan on. Give it a quick wipe out. Wipe that off, get her perfect. Now, you're going to grab your potatoes and pop them in your new pan that you're going to fill
with water. But until that happens, let's keep doing bits of potatoing, okay? Now, there's another way to do it. You can go like this, you can go like this, and you can kind of take your knife and you can glide it along the outside all the way around. It's my preference. I like showing the easiest way that's good for younger people who are like 21 trying to learn how to get healthy. You gotta cut vegetables. You gotta get good with a knife and cut veggies. You wanna get healthy, you're overweight or you're lazy and you don't know why, you're not eating enough vegetables. Because some goof in your family told you it was all about eating pork. And you can see now how unhealthy that person is. If you have anyone in your family claiming pork is going to make or break you, I mean, if they're saying pork is the end-all be-all to your diet, holy crap, are they misinformed. Ill-informed to the highest level. I've known, and so has my whole family, that pork is poisonous for your body. Poisonous. People who eat pork cannot run. Period. You can't run if you eat pork. Just so you know. Like a small, feeble little girl can outrun you. Because she hasn't put as much pork into her body as you. You are what you eat. And a penned up pig for its whole life that never got to amount to anything muscle mass wise, that's what you just ended up like. Because you are what you eat. And you just go like this and you just trim the back end like a hair. And then you go in on this and you just do this. So anywhere you look at it, you got all these pieces. Okay? It's easy to do. Cubes or small pieces like this. All this stuff is easy to do. If you're sitting there complaining you gotta chop something, you got a much too easy life. I was chopping vegetables when I was 6, 7, 8 years old. It wasn't as good as I am now. I was pretty darn good in the first couple of years. And if you're not too worried about, as long as there's no roots on it, right? You don't want the pieces with the roots. My family always told me to eat more vegetables, so I did. They would bring out sheet pans of vegetables, be like, this is what's for dinner. Broccoli, carrots, garlic by the pound, onions, more broccoli, more carrots. Asparagus, tomatoes, spinach. I ate so many, hundreds and hundreds of pounds of green beans, hundreds and hundreds of pounds every year. I eat a lot of vegetables. I love vegetables. I can't even tell you a vegetable I don't like. I'm not a big fan of radishes, if you must know. So you can see here, this is a hot pan. We're just gonna cool it off a little bit here, and then we'll let her do everything. It'll take less time to heat back up to temp if you don't pour all the water in at once, like I was telling you, overwhelming the pan type of thing. You're not looking to fry anything right now. You're just boiling. But what I want is to see all the pieces give up their starchy goodness to the pan, and then I'll drain this water. We might boil them one more time in freezing cold water, and then we'll fry them. I got different size pieces because I thought this is still going to be, I want them this way. There's a couple things going on here. The bigger pieces will cook a little longer. All these I can peel out right away. I can start nibbling on stuff, you know what I mean? Ooh, it's going to be good. So I got 2 more potatoes to do up here. We'll just sprinkle these into there quickly. And we'll begin our next phase of the breakfast, lunch, and dinner preparation. We're cooking meals. This is meal planning, but I'm not calling it that because it's kind of weird. I'm just making I'm making food for tomorrow. Steaming some rice after this. Some sesame rice. I'm gonna bake off some carrots in the oven. This is my favorite way to fry potatoes when I'm making French fries. I'll show you in a sec. I'll do them with the last couple potatoes and we'll make my fave. And you can see the last part here. If you really want this, you can definitely have it. You gotta go like this. Like this. And remember what I was telling you, how you come in on the back of the... And this knife it's not a sharp knife. I know my knives. This is not a sharp knife. I mean, it's sharp, but it's not one of them that's going to cut you if it rolls over you. It's just, I perfectly sharpen it to this because I don't want it too sharp. I'm not trying to lose a finger here. I'm just skinning potatoes. Let's see if I can do it. There's a big ass on this potato. Look at that big bum on the potato on there, eh? Let's get these out of there. Composter. Tip your potato up like this, and then I'll just try and work around that weird edge you got there. Another weird edge here. Done. Done. Really thin slices of skin, because we waste not in this house. We waste not. Alright, now you got your potato did. Weird bump on that piece there. Alright, you got your potato did. Take all your skins. Chuck them. Compost bowl you got on your counter. Alright, now that you got all this done, choppy. Remember what we did before? I like this edge. I think this edge will make a nice potato wedge, French fry, fried in oil, lovingly by the hash. First things first, you want to parboil these, and then you want to fry them twice. Pat them dry in between the oil and pat them dry to start so they're not so moist, and that'll help them crisp up. You could flour these if you like that. I don't do that. So you can see the thickness on these is a little bit thicker than the thickness on these. So we go pretty much almost paper thin. I mean, it's not quite, but it's a little over, quite a bit over paper thin, but it's still quite thin. It's so floppy, it's like paper in the middle. I think that's what we're getting at. But these pieces are epic for frying. So now you walk over to your blanching method here, which is, these ones are probably done. Now the frying pan flipper is actually going to be your best friend here, because it's slotted on the frying pan flipper, so we can incorporate and there's no oil in this either. We're just frying off. We washed them in freezing cold water, washed them in hot water, and then we rinsed them in freezing cold water, let them sit in water, and then we boiled these potatoes, parboiled really quick, with 6-7 minutes. And this is the key to a perfect French fry. Let me show you a trick here in a minute. What I'm doing right now is actually piling these up, getting rid of some of the smaller bits from the bottom there. You can see we're working them all to the side. And now you can strain this water and show you what to do next.
This is the exact amount of French fries that I want to eat. It's a half a sheet pan. So it's like 2 large French fries. These are home fries, so obviously we need double. Because it's home fries, you know what I mean? Like, this is the real deal. Now, you don't have to get every drip of water, you want to get the majority. Take your time.
Now that you've got them down to this, pop them back on the element. Spread it around. You can see there's no water but a hair in the pan. That water will evaporate very, very quickly. Check out what we do next. And this is a wicked trick to this too. You don't have to have like 16 different containers and pots and pans. This is a one-stop shop right here. I'll show you how we do it. Look at our lentil soup. Beautiful. Got a base bacon we're going to throw over top of our rice and our jalapenos in there. Crumble some of that over top of your soup at the end before you serve it up. Your jalapeno smoked bacon bites there you got. Takes about 5 or 10 minutes for this dish to finish. Call it a minute at this point, okay? 1 minute so far only. Now, this is your scissors. There you go. Now, see here we have a little bit of action. So, whoa, put that back in there real quickly. So you want it, while it's doing this, just barely starting to stick there in a couple spots. You know your pan's drying out is what this is telling you, right? You don't race and throw your oil in there just yet. See how slippery them potatoes are? There's still too much excess moisture in there, right? Get your good spatula. I don't know, I didn't have my frying pan flipper. And just go like this against the pan. Non-stick on a non-stick pan. Works out really, really good. You're gonna eat healthier, put it that way. Now, now you want to grab a little bit of oil. Just quickly turn your pan down a hair too, just for a second. Grab a little bit of oil here, which is right here. Like so. This is a special, quite expensive type of oil. We'll put that in the center. Just a dash. It was like a half a teaspoon of oil, by the way. But so much flavor. Now, what you want to do is, oh, the smell in here is amazing. Oh, I caught it and I dropped her. It's okay. Now that you've added that flavor, now you're going to add a little bit of salt before you go any deeper with this. Make sure everything is, make sure everything is sort of touching the pan. as best it can. You could put a lid on this and use some steam to cook it from the top, but these are already parboiled. I'm not worried about anything that's going to be uncooked. When this finishes, we're going to add our ingredients. You don't add much, but you add enough that, you know, it knows that you know it's there. You know what I'm saying? Just a couple of these go down. Not much. Now, this one. That's perfect right there. Now, a little drop of the oil. 11:54. So now that you got your pan, you got your pan neatly placed here. And I'll make some gravy. Gravy, potatoes, plant-based bacon, lentil soup, with a couple slices of buttered rye toast. I have to get some toast. We're down to one loaf of bread in the freezer, so we'll definitely have to get some breads this weekend. Like 4 or 5 or 6 loaves. That way, in case anything does go wrong, at least we have, you know, a couple, at least a week's worth of bread. You know what I mean? Like, we can share a loaf with our neighbors as well. If a family member or two needs a loaf of bread, we'll have at least a half loaf to give to each of them. And we can give our neighbor a couple slices each, you know what I mean? So they have a nice breakfast on us. Yeah, if somebody innocent comes by and they are starving, we will feed them from outside. I'll make them a sandwich and bring it out and give it to them and say thank you, please have a good day, move along.
No, yeah, you're a good boy. So the soup's ready. I turned the potatoes down for a minute while I could just get everything situated. We're gonna turn the potatoes up now. I'm gonna go grab the bread from the basement, get it into the toaster. Oh, toast some toast. No, actually no toast. I'm just gonna do the lentil soup, maybe a couple crackers. But we got this beautiful potatoes. I have a lot of potatoes to eat, so there's no need for toast. All these beautiful potatoes, a little bit of ketchup. I have some rich people ketchup. It's not actually ketchup. It's I'll show you what it is when I get it out. It's a chili sauce or something, tomato sauce, tomato chili sauce. Oh my god, is it ever good? But it tastes just like ketchup, but it's like you can see like pieces of tomato. It looks so good. And it tastes even better. You can taste the realness to it, you know what I mean? So I got that, and then I was gonna do gravy, but I think it'll throw off the smoked bacon, plant-based bacon we got there with the garlic and the onion. So, and the jalapenos I threw in there. Ooh, it is epic. Just so epic. Mmm. Oh. At this point now, you want to grab a couple handfuls of this stuff and just start throwing it in your gullet. I'm eating all this, by the way, like I said. OMG, bro. Oh, this flavor is so OMG. I want my wife to try it, so I'm gonna save it. There's still tons in here. I'll take one more of these. Just digging this flavor. Oh my god, it's so good. It'll be so good as a topper on this soup as well. Throw a couple croutons down on this soup. Some of these plant-based bacon bits. If you have any chives, throw the chives on top. You could add leeks to this soup. Lentil potato leek soup is my next mission. So I'll be getting some leeks tomorrow or the next day or in a week. And I'll make this into a new soup. The soup's ready. This looks amazing. And then we have all these to do for tonight or on. Plus we have, I'll put the rest of the vegan bacon into this crispy bits bowl. We'll have those over the bed of rice. But yeah, let's give these potatoes a little, hey, how you doing here? Oh, 5 or 10 minutes and these potatoes will be melt in your mouth. Delicious. Sleep stream after that, and then touch up painting in the bathroom, touch up painting in the kitchen and the alcove entrance. Beautiful day today. I can't believe how sunny it is. It is probably +5 outside. Let's see. It is so hot. It says it's -4 degrees Celsius right now. It feels like -10. So it feels like -10 degrees Celsius right now outside. But by end of day, it'll be -3 by 4 p.m. So hopefully the wind dies off a bit there. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, sunny, Tuesday, sunny, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Next week looks really sunny. So there you go. Still in the plus digits going into next week. So really happy about that. We have cold days, and it's how it like triggers and initializes the beginning of fall. We have hardy trees here, eh? So our trees still have leaves on them. So. You can probably expect these potatoes to be cooked in about 5 or 10, maybe 50 seconds, 60 seconds. But I want to not overcook them, but I want to make sure that they're all melt in your mouth. See this one here, she needs another minute or two. She's not translucent. So we'll get those done. All of this, even with residual heat, just leaving it on the pan for 15-20 minutes, is enough to cook this through in time. I'm just going to turn the oven up about 30 seconds on high, and then I'm going to turn the oven down to low for the remainder of this cooking show. I'm going to grab a couple plates, a couple bowls for the soup. Dump my compost bowl there. See, I can cut through this piece with the spatula, so I know she's close, but she's not there yet, right? Because she ain't there yet, you know what I mean? So she's gonna need a little bit of time, but cutting this into pieces is how you know where you're at. Plus, now it's gonna take half as long, right? So if you do have some piece in here that's a little bit bigger and you can cut through it, you're gonna half the time it takes to finish up, okay? Again, I'm not worried about that. I got the pan on super low now, and we're just gonna scrape the bottom of this. A little bit of crust there, that's fine. It's a potato pan. The seasonings and stuff all cooked into the pan until I soak it for a minute. No big deal. The flavor in this pan is epic. Straight up epic. This is nearly done. 60 seconds, 70 seconds, and you're looking at a whole sheet pan of goodness right there. Grab yourself plates, forks, knives, spoons, bowls. It's going to be a good day. Went to bed early last night, but I kept getting woken up by the cat. Like all early on in the evening, I went to sleep, but the cat kept waking me up. He jumps on me, rolls around on me. So now let's plate up. Let's plate up. Once you got your cutlery all nice and dried, all sparkly and clean. Wash your bowl, dry your bowl that you washed. Get that ready for souping. For souper. Mes amis, on va souper aujourd'hui, hein? Yeah. Cat says, wow. Dry the plates. This one's not going to be used for a while, but get mine nice and dry. Crisp off all the potatoes just to put them on a soggy plate. I don't think so. Ow, my thumb. That's what I'm talking about. Banger good too. Banger good. Okay, plates are did. And we're gonna put some food on here, okay? Plate up. It's 12:12. I started cooking. It was 11:11. Remember? Oh boy. You have the softest, most tender potatoes you could ever imagine. Melt in your mouth. Goodness. Covered in that amazing plant-based smoked bacon that you prepared live on YouTube from scratch. Then we cleaned the potatoes, we washed our potatoes, and we parboiled our potatoes. And then we made this beautiful dish of Champion. Again, like I said, I eat a lot of food. I don't know if you guys think I'm kidding around or what. I'm gonna show you, I'll eat all this food. My wife's like, you don't eat that much. I'm like, okay. And I don't even have any rebuttals anymore. I'm like, yeah, you're right. She doesn't like betting, so I'm a betting man. I'll bet you I can eat all of it, you know what I mean? Wash this off, soak it, and scrub it right away. Get her ready for the next batch of potatoes. Rinse your sink out. Start scrubbing. 15, 20 seconds later, you got a clean pan. Food's too hot to eat anyway, so may as well clean up. All right, next.
Okay.
And I want to scrub this stove here. The soup pot behind this pan, like so. And before you know it, you're way cleaner than you were a minute ago with just a light scrubbing. Brand new pan and time. That's what a bit of elbow grease and a lot of Icelandic muscle and German intellect will do for you. It'll put you in the lead, bud. It'll put you in the lead. And it is a race, by the way. It is a competition. Look at around in your family and how they judge you. Always say, look, it's a competition. But then they're like, wait, when you're winning and when you're doing good, they're like, it's not a competition. But then you're like, hey, you're doing it wrong. And you're like, well, I like doing it this way. And you're like, it's not a competition. It doesn't work. It doesn't work the same. Oh my God. Nailed it. Oh. Mm. 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 I haven't had bacon in 20 years. Oh my God, does this taste like bacon? Mm. All plants. Oh my God. Hi. Hi, Remy. Bet you can what? Bet I can what? Eat it all? Oh yeah, buddy. Oh my God. 2 plates full I could eat. Oh my God. I want my wife to taste this. All right. Sorry, I'm back. I had to make a phone call. It was too good to not pass on how good it was. Oh my God. Mm. Nice cup of peppermint tea. Mm. 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 I'm actually full. And there's this much left. I could keep going, but there's no need. I have to take a shit. I am full. I am at capacity. Mm. I gotta tap out. I'll see you next time. Mm.